cry, trying to find a reason why I can't see anything.
Show the shirts.
Don't talk to me.
Off the cuff. Welcome to Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. I am Joe the Shirt. I am off the cuff, and I am here for you guys today on the April 20th in the year 2015 of our Lord. It is 4:20, folks. That is correct. It is 4:20, and just a few minutes before the actual 4:20. West Coast time. For all of you out there who, despite my my warnings the other day about the time differentials, I'm sorry if you didn't figure out the memo, but you know, there you go. I am not currently stoned yet. I'm going to do that right at 4:20, so that way you guys have the chance to like load up your bongs and your pipes and make sure that your joints are rolled properly, you know, or your I don't know, maybe using a pot, you know, a cigar, you know, I don't know what you smoke with, I don't know, but I know what I'm smoking with. I posted a video of it. My Godzilla bong, dun dun dun, up from the depths, 40 stories tall, a man in the sky, Godzilla. Yep, that's from that's a really bad paraphrasing of the song. But I made sure to not be high before the show because I wanted to make sure things were properly set, because you guys have never heard me stoned. You've heard me drunk and you've heard me beyond drunk a couple of times. You've never heard me stoned. And of course I don't do the show stoned normally because I need to be able to function and work stuff. But today I've been mentally preparing myself. I've been emotionally preparing myself. If I believed in a God or an afterlife, I'd be spiritually preparing myself. But I am prepared. I got stories. I've decided to keep the stories on the lighter side, so that way, you know, it doesn't go too crazy. Now, today's high will be brought to you by by Trainwreck. It's a medicinal marijuana. It's sativa, because I want to be up for this, as opposed to the indica, which, you know, tends to put you down more, or as opposed to, say, those hybrids, which, well, you never know. Okay, my bong is loaded. Got the clean water in there, freshly packed. Got my lighter. Let's see if it works. It works. We're set to go. We're just waiting for 4:20. Hopefully you guys are ready with me. You know, I'm going to wait. I'm going to let the clock hit 4:20, and then I'm going to wait a few seconds, and then I'm going to smoke. All right, man? All right? So that way we can try to all be on the same page. Okay, it is officially 4:20, man. Happy 4:20 on 4:20 at 4:20, man. Joe the Shirt doing his first official on-air bong rep. All right, let's see how this works out first. All right, let's check this out. Smooth. Oh my God. Ooh, that's good. That's hitting me on the quick side. I actually went out of my way not to smoke weed the last couple of days, so that, you know, I can be ready for today and really feel the high, the rush, the spirituality, the let's see if we can touch God's face kind of feeling. All right, that's what I was going for. That's nice. I like that I did. Let me just clear this. Hold on, you guys. You know what? You guys clear your own bongs or reload or whatever and smoke some more. I just got to clear mine. Hold on. God, I am such a pussy. Oh my God. Ooh, okay, there we go. Today's high will be assisted by Bohemia Classica beer, cerveza. I usually like to combine my vices. I usually, while I don't always smoke pot with beer. I always drink beer with smoking pot. I do. I mean, something that a lot of you guys may not even know about is, well, you all know I smoke weed pretty regularly. For the most part, I usually smoke it at night, right before I go to bed. I don't do it recreationally as much as I used to. I use it more often than not as a sleep aid because I'm a very natural insomniac. And thus, I have trouble sleeping and I need help, going to sleep. So, in fact, the 3 different strains of marijuana I happen to have in my house, along with the 3 bongs, 7 pipes, one of them shaped like a dick, those are all for medicinal purposes. Yeah, okay. Now, as I stated earlier, we're going to keep this on the lighter side today. I mean, I do have a couple of more serious stories here and there, but nothing super heavy. We're going to keep it on the light side. So, but I do have a story about the law, and it relates to today. So chill, man. Okay, guess what country just last week partially decriminalized marijuana? Okay, yes, it decriminalized small amounts of pot and paved the way for the lawful medical marijuana sector, where the drug has, been, culturally active. Let's see, according to this, the act makes possession of up to 2 ounces of marijuana a petty offense that could result in a small fine, but not an arrest or a criminal record. All right. Cultivation of 5 or fewer plants by any household is allowed. And certain religious practitioners may use it for their sacraments in a movement that was found since the 1930s. Who can guess what country I'm talking about? What country just partially decriminalized marijuana? Is Jamaica, man. Yes, believe it or not, Jamaica just last week partially decriminalized the use of marijuana. And the religious practices that they were talking about was for any particular reason you happen to be a Rastafarian, which I think is half Jamaica. So there you go. I think it does that for me. That really, I find that amazing. It never ever occurred to me in any story I ever heard about Jamaica or Jamaicans that weed was illegal in Jamaica. I just thought that it was like perfectly legal. Nobody even had to write a law about it. I mean, you don't need a license. You don't need a license to sell bread. Okay, I'm going on a bit of a tangent there. Anyway, so yes, you can now sort of smoke weed in Jamaica. All right. Now, we do have celebrity birthdays today, and I found this to be one of the funniest things I saw all day yesterday. Now, I looked it up yesterday. This is in reference to today, April 20th. If you have a birthday today on 4/20, you share that birthday with Shamar Moore, 45 years old. Jessica Lange is 66. Carmen Electra is 43 and still looking good. George Takei, oh my, is 78 years old. And Joey Lawrence, whoa, he's 38. I might remember him from Blossom, maybe? I don't know. And Give Me a Break. Weird actor Crispin Glover is 51. Andy Serkis, you may remember him as the digital actor that did Gollum and I believe Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Baseball player Don Mattingly is 53. And somebody named Clint Howard. Don't remember who that is. But what I thought was most interesting about all the birthdays I saw, and maybe this is a lark, I don't know. Apparently today, you guys know I don't normally like to talk about dead celebrities' birthdays, just live celebrities. This one had to catch my eye. Allegedly, it's Adolf Hitler's birthday. Now, if you can think of anybody in history that needed to, like, get high, if you can think of anybody that really needed to mellow out, I think you would come up with Adolf Hitler. Oh my God. No, that one threw me for a loop, I have to admit. Now, continuing with the birthdays. So I'm not going to read off any more names. I do have today's birthday horoscope. Okay, which makes you an Aries in general. According to this, what's the point of brooding over past insults and slights? You'll meet new and exciting people because you exude positive energy and a good spirit. Okay. And if today specifically is your birthday, April 20th, you aren't interested in a life without beauty, and this year you will do what it takes to bring gorgeous additions to your world. Your work will be appreciated, and you will be compensated accordingly. It's really deep. Your lucky numbers are 3, 1, 33, 29, and 15. Now, that's why I'm telling you, man. That doesn't sound to me like the kind of horoscope Adolf Hitler would be getting. What do you think? Oh, my God. Yep, see, this is what happens when I get high. This is what happens. I'm actually trying to attempt this, and I'm telling you, I am losing it. But I'm good with it. I don't know how long the show is going to run. I might do 6 segments. I might do this segment, tell you I'll be back, and then never come back because I'm playing video games. But I do, you know what, I'm going to save this one for when we come back from our break. We're going to take our first break now. I think that's a good way to go. Today's music is brought to you by Proteus Noir. First song there was Don't Talk to Me. And his next bit is Something to Believe. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I'm off the cuff. Joe the Shirts, off the cuff. Hello and welcome back. All right, this is a lovely experiment. I'm enjoying it so far. Hold on, please. Excuse me. Saw this in the Target today. Went there because we needed paper products. Not important. But I saw this product that I'd seen in other stores for a lot more money. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I might need to just want to check that out. Actually, I just wanted to check it out. This was a product, I just saw it, and I thought to myself, I want to try that. It's a breathalyzer. I had seen it in another store for like $10. And then I saw this today for $1.48. At Target, and it's a one-time use breathalyzer test, which will tell you if you are drunk. All right, and it has several steps on there, but it was the absolute last step that impressed me the most. Step 1. Inflate the bag with one big breath. Okay, did not know there was a bag in here. Step 2. Click, then insert the tube into the bag. Okay, I got that so far. I'm taking a little tube, inserting it into the bag. Step 3. Deflate the bag and read the tube. All right, makes sense. Now the tube, the readout is, looks like a glass tube with a yellow stuff on the right side, blue stuff on the left side. Really just depends on what side you're holding it in. And then like a little black bar in the middle. And according to the instructions here, you're supposed to see the color of the crystals in the middle part. It says here, if all crystals are yellow, you are safe to drive. If any crystals are green, you should not drive. If the green crystals go to the black line, you are illegal to drive. Okay, I get it. And then the very, very last instruction, it says if you don't understand these instructions, don't drive. Yep. Okay. Wow. Get me some Powerade over here. Okay. And speaking of, I thought this was a little hypocritical story I saw. Apparently, a school in upstate New York has apologized for reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in Arabic in response to the complaints from residents. Okay. So somebody took an Arabic-speaking kid and asked them to say the Pledge of Allegiance in their native tongue. So she begins to speak it in Arabic, and it was found to be upsetting to people. Some students were angered and responded with catcalls. District Superintendent Joan Carboni said she received complaints from residents who lost relatives in Afghanistan from the Jewish parents. In a statement posted on the district's website, officials said they apologized to any students, staff, or community members who found this activity disrespectful. And this is my favorite part here. The Council on American Islamic Relations New York chapter questioned the school's justification for an apology. Exactly. Why would you apologize for speaking your own language? Speaking, the language you were born to, where your culture comes from. I mean, at this point, I don't think the child was making an actual pledge of allegiance. When you do a pledge of allegiance that's legally bounding, it's when you came from a different country. You weren't born here. So yeah, I don't see how that's insulting at all. I found that kind of offensive. Very dry. Oh my God. Ooh, I am trying here. This is the time when I wish I had like a co-host, somebody I could talk to back and forth, let them listen to me, let them hear me out, and they would say something that I could like make fun of, and I'd say something that they could make fun of. I think in that respect, that working with a co-host does have its benefit. I think it takes ridiculously sized egomaniac to think that just talking out loud to where no one's responding should be listened to. And yes, that's what I'm thinking. While I'm trying to do it right now, I'm speaking out loud with nobody responding to me just to see if somebody will listen. Excuse me. Got a little tickle there. You know what? When I was a kid, one of my absolute favorite TV shows was Sesame Street. You know, I know a lot of comedians have said that, you know, but it really is true, I think. I think that's why we all relate to it. We just loved Sesame Street. And back then, I remember thinking to myself, wow, this show's great. Look at all these weird characters. Now, I got ticked off, though, when they introduced the idea that Cookie Monster was actually... They made him a vegetarian on the show. And only ate cookies on special occasions. Anyway, but it was like, you know, it seemed like a magical place. You know, when you're watching a TV show where adults are walking around where there's like 10-foot yellow birds and talking garbage men. But according to the LA Times, Elmo and Cookie Monster are getting new cribs. Wow, I love that. Gangster terminology they throw in there. Sesame Street is revamping the sets of the PBS preschool show's 46th season this fall. Now, that's a long time of the year. The same workshop which produces the show wants to anchor characters in homes so that kids get a better sense of community and what it means to live in a place. You know, I got to tell you, when I was a kid watching that show, at no point did I ever think that anybody on Sesame Street was homeless. Nobody was homeless. You went to their apartments, you went to their houses, you know. You know, even Oscar the Grouch. Oh, you know what? Only Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch was the only true homeless person. He actually lived in a can of garbage. But everybody else seemed perfectly happy. Now, according to this, Cookie Monster will live in an apartment above Hooper's store. Elmo has moved into the brownstone at 123rd Sesame Street and has hung... Wait, hold on. How the fuck is Elmo affording a brownstone in Sesame Street? Elmo got fired for his jobs because he was touching young boys. As a matter of fact, and then Big Bird has a new nest. Now, the only real change, you know, in my opinion here, is that Oscar will sometimes come out of recycling bins as well as trash cans. Okay, and it's time for a break. Let's see here. Thank you for listening so much. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back. Joe the Shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. Starting to sound like Steven Tyler now. You gotta love that drying effect, don't you? Oh my God. Sorry I left you for so long. Next on Music to Kill Yourself By. Oh my God. We're talking about kids a little bit here. Here's one for you. I thought this was fascinating. Apparently, it's being reported by the LA Times that, yep, there's the question. I just forgot. No, that narcissism is related very closely with how often a parent tells their child how much better they are than others, how superior they are than others, how they are much more gifted than other people's children. You know, children apparently are naturally born narcissists because they can't think of anything outside of themselves. I mean, literally, they learn to think outside of themselves. And then certain behaviors to act as if you're better than others is encouraged in the child. And then what happens is a child that's born thinking it is better and above all others. It turns out you're like raising an asshole. These tend to be among the most self-loving people on the planet, the ones most likely to deflect their flaws onto others. You know, these are the people, yeah. These narcissists, yeah. Apparently, the more you tell your child that it's better than others, the more likely you are to become a narcissist, to just truly love yourself above all others. A conducted test. Oh, hold on, let me take off my glasses. Let's see. Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences that found a direct correlation between parents who overvalue their children and children who are narcissistic. Our research shows that the way parents treat their children can predict how narcissistic their kids are. So they came up with this test to check how narcissistic your children are. For the study, they conducted interviews with 565 children ages 7 to 12 and their parents every 6 months over an 18-month period. They chose that age range because the first signs of narcissistic tendencies begin to emerge around age 8. Before that, every kid is a narcissist. That's what I said before. If, like, the example to give is if you go walk into a classroom and ask a 5-year-old, full 5-year-olds, and ask them who's the best at math, they will all raise their hand. You know, it isn't until about age 8 that they start to compare themselves with others. Okay, and it's a little dry right here, but bear with me. Every 6 months of the study period, the children were asked to rate their response to 10 items on the childhood narcissism scale from 0 to 3, with 0 being not at all true and 3 being completely true. The statements included, "Kids like me deserve something extra. I am a great example for other kids to follow. And I am very good at making other people believe what I want them to believe." For the parents, the researchers used a different set of questions like, my child deserves special treatment, and I would find it disappointing if my child was just a regular child. I don't know if I said it necessarily with that accent, but that's what I'm using there. The researchers also had the kids take a self-esteem test, and the parents were asked to take a parental warmth test. The researchers found that the more parents overvalued their kids, the more narcissistic the kids' responses became 6 months later. Let's see. They've also found that parental warmth was associated with high self-esteem in kids, but that parental over-evaluation was not associated with high self-esteem. So saying here that it's not just good enough to tell your kid he's the greatest and not show it to them. You have to. It's better if you do both, because otherwise you're missing something on the other side. I thought that was a fun article, actually. Very idea. And what's the old joke? Let's see. How is it your mother knows how to push all of your buttons? She's the one that installed them. Boy. Listen to me. I'm Batman. Let's see, what have I got here? Hey, never let it be said that Joe the Shirt does not offer consumer advice. I'm a consumer watchdog is what I am, okay? I am thinking about the consumer. And I want people to know what it is they're getting. From an article in the Los Angeles Times. I'm going to try to say this with a straight face. Breast milk sold online brings risk, study finds. I didn't know there was a market for human breast milk specifically. I mean, I knew that there used to be wet nurses, and I can maybe understand some lactating mothers overproducing milk, so they donate some, at a hospital facility. But this whole, you know what? The thing I love the most in the world just came into my life, my child, my baby. And I want to make sure it gets the absolute best nutrition humanly possible. So I went on Google and searched for breast milk. And what do you know? I got breast milk coming to me in the mail every 3 days. It's beautiful. I don't mind the idea of going to get real fresh breast milk, but I've ordered things that got to me that I'm thinking this is not really what I ordered. But I've never ordered breast milk, like human. No, never did that. Okay. Let's see. According to this, researchers who tested 102 samples of breast milk purchased from popular milk sharing websites. Popular sharing websites. Really? Wow. Found that 1 in 10 contained substantial amounts of cow DNA. Collected samples were not 100% human milk, suggesting formula was mixed in. Further tests ruled out the possibility that the cow DNA was the result of minor incidental contamination. So they're saying that it was done on purpose. I feel like Ron Burgundy all of a sudden, where I read something that's really quite clear, but I feel the need to dumb it down for you guys. And that's a form of joke, I guess. Anyway. Let's see. We confirmed that all of the samples did have human DNA. Well, that's nice. It's nice. It's nice when I'm buying, human titty milk online that, they can confirm at least some of what I'm shoving into my kid's mouth is sort of human DNA. Oh, I feel better now. But in one of the samples tested, almost half and half formula and milk. Only 50% human milk. The rest was moo, fuck you, cow. Okay. Now, according to the authors, 21% of parents who... Okay, this is the important part. This is... I know I'm making fun of it, but this is where it stops being funny. Well, sort of. But you'll get what I'm talking about here. See, there I'm explaining what's perfectly clear coming up. According to the authors, 21% of parents who seek breast milk over the internet are doing it for a child with a pre-existing medical condition. In addition, 16% of those looking to purchase breast milk say their child has a formula intolerance. So, at least a minority of the people that are ordering these products, they need it because they can't risk other types of milk, be it formula or hold on, or because they have a pre-existing condition. So yeah, I think. Yeah, you know, I do think that when you cut corners like that, that's really fucking shitty, man. And that's just wrong of you. What is wrong with you? That is absolutely so wrong of you that you would just, okay, I'm still blaming the parents a little bit because they're buying tit milk online. I'm still blaming them a little bit, okay? But on the other hand, on the other side of that is like, okay, you guys, you were willing to risk children's lives to make a couple of bucks. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Got a little dark there. Got a little testy. Now, if you want to know numbers, in 2011, the researchers estimated that there were 13,000 people participating in these transactions. So, in 2011, 13,000 people were buying human titty milk online. Let's see. Today, they say that the number has grown to about 55,000. Actually, they don't say about. They say to 55,000. Let's make sure it's clear. It's to 55,000. 55,000 people in the country buying and selling titty milk. Yeah, I'm glad I did that story, actually. Okay. Got some tragic news here. Fisheries managers have decided to call off the West Coast sardine fishing season starting in July because of rapidly dwindling numbers, hoping to save an iconic industry from the kind of collapse that hit in the 1940s and lasted 50 years. Meeting outside Santa Rosa, California, the Pacific Fishery Management Council voted to close the season starting July 1st. The news was met with anger, with pain, with sadness at knowing that the season would be lean, some things they would not be able to afford. Overall, horrible, horrible news for all. Unless you're a sardine, motherfucker. I'm a sardine. No one's fishing me. I'm a sardine. No one's fishing me. So, I mean, yeah, I maybe overcommitted on that last bit. I was a dancing sardine. No. I did dance a little bit. I mean, I didn't get up, because that's like exercise, and I don't want to do that. And before we take our next break, a little more drug news. Drug news. From the Los Angeles Times, give them credit, always try to give them credit. A 28,000-pound cocaine haul. 28,000 pounds of coke. And 8 balls. Divided by... Anyway. A Coast Guard cutter carrying more than 28,000 pounds of cocaine seized from smugglers has returned to San Diego after a 79-day deployment off Central and South America. They went to intercept drugs. They went to wage the war on drugs, and they got drugs. The cocaine had a wholesale value. I always love it how they say wholesale value. So, exactly who knows this? I mean, really, we're a drug enforcement agency, guys, and drug dealers meeting up and going, okay, what do you think is a fair deal here? Wholesale. Okay, I want to buy what it costs you. I want to buy that from you. Okay, I don't want to buy more than that than what it actually costs. I want to try to make it equal. I want to make it fair. Wholesale. How did the drug dealers and the DEA actually come up with this? Anyway, the cocaine had a wholesale value of $424 million and was seized in 19 separate interdictions. The seizure rate is the highest since 2009. All right. Yeah. When you read a story like this, I know I'm not the only one. I know you think it too, right? Anytime you read in the newspaper how much drugs and money was seized, and they give you this number, 28,000 pounds of cocaine, right? Wholesale value of $424 million. Okay. How do we ever actually know that that's all they got? I know you're thinking it every time. Every time you're just thinking to yourself, they're skimming it. They're taking some off the top. Those sons of bitches, they're taking some. And then they, go and burn the drugs, destroy the drugs. When? I would like to know when this has happened. I would like to know when a regular, everyday citizen went someplace and actually witnessed the police destroying drugs. I mean, they say they do. They say they destroy the drugs. They do. I mean, I've heard them say it. We destroyed the drugs. We collected what appears to be 43 tons of purple number Senor Ranchero. Estimated street value at about $95 million. You told me that before, dude. Yes, we all believe that the cops are on the take, or that they're taking, and you can't really confirm if the amount they're giving you was all of it, most of it, or just some of it. And it's now time for a break, I do believe. Let's try. No, I don't want to do that one. I love how I talk about picking these songs as if I have any investment in them whatsoever. Anyway, but I do in some way. I do. You know what? I pick them out. There are songs that, believe it or not, with all the music that you hear from me, that I play for you, there's actually music I've declined. There's worse stuff than what I'm playing. And yet the thing is, there's always something about it that I like. There's always something about it that I really connected to. And it's definitely time for a break, because that was one wandering thought. Please keep listening. I'll be right back. I might have a little bit more left in me. I'm the choo-choo train that could. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back. Joe the Shirts, off the cuff. Thank you for continuing with me on today's, I don't want to say that word, that word that a lot of people say when they're high, that place they're going, that, what do they call that trip, don't want to use that two-part word, don't want to do it. But yeah, thanks for coming along. I think that one of the things that I've really come to appreciate about talk radio of any kind, actually just talking to people in general, is how much people really want to talk and how much people really don't want to talk. I think on some level we all have a desire to talk. We all have a desire to start saying something for the sole purpose of just saying it. And but is it enough to just say it and have no one there hear it? You always wonder who you're trying to convince. So I bring this up. I know it's like, woo, Joe's floating now. The reason I'm bringing this up is, a lot of people go to therapy, been to therapy, or are going to be in therapy. There's really only 3 types of people. I've been to therapy, multiple accounts, I think one of the biggest issues when it comes to talking to somebody is a real trust issue, and also I think the reason you need trust in these type of relationships is because you don't want to feel like you're being shamed for what it is you did, and you can never really turn off the idea that somebody somewhere that's looking at you is criticizing you in some way. So then a lot of people would love to have like a robot. Hold on, this is going to be loud. Okay. A lot of people think, having a robot would be cool, with like human intelligence, but it looks like a robot. And, it does sound cool at first, you have a robot walking around with you everywhere you go. Basically a robot is just like somewhere in between a dog and a slave. This is what a robot basically is. But, we still want something that's human, but not actually human. Okay, the reason I'm bringing this up is a story I saw, again, in the Los Angeles Times by Aaron Brown. There's a computer, I don't know what you want to call it, program named Ellie, okay? Ellie is dark-haired with medium-toned skin, dangly earrings, and cheekbones to envy. She could be white, or black, or Latina, 25 to 45 years old. So she sounds like everybody, okay? As she talks with the person seated opposite to the screen, her emotions and utterances mimic those of a therapist. A sympathetic nod here, a pleasant, tell me more about that, there, but never so precisely that she seems real. So yeah, they've found that people that want to open up to a person but can't open up to an actual person but need something as close as possible will talk to a computer program. Really, it's like if they had a if they had like a therapist, oh shit, damn it. They had a therapist that was like the hologram doctors on Star Trek. Yep, yeah, I'm going there. They had a program that was like that that looked human and acted human, but you knew it wasn't human. And that's what they found people finding, more and more comfortable with. It's a virtual reality program called SimSensei, launched by USC researchers with funding from the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. And according to this, setup involves a computer program that directs Ellie to ask questions. A webcam and microphone allow computer software to see and hear her conversations partner's response, including appropriately timed nods and questions from Ellie. So the computer has been programmed to make the image look as if it's actually listening to you. And okay, hold on, you know what? Technical difficulty time. I got to take a break right here. This was not planned. Hold on. Be right back. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I'm off the cuff.
Don't talk to me and pretend to understand. Something is calling me again. It makes me fly, it makes me cry. I'm trying to find a reason why I can't see anything. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. There is no mystery, no distant lights and no desire, just my fantasy.
Hang in there. I'm almost there. I promise. Joe the Shirt's still off the cuff, but Joe the Shirts has other responsibilities. I'll be right back. I promise.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Happy 420! Oh my god! Woo! My god! Woo! I got the devil in me. I was listening to another radio show. I like that I compare myself to them. You know, they're like one of the biggest shows in town, and. There was this story being told. It sounds like a joke. You know what I mean? It sounds like you couldn't have written this better. You know, where the bit they were doing was, you know, somebody calls in and they go, "One time I was so high that I boom," and then like something like really weird and bizarre and, you know, fucked up really happens. And the guy tells the story that one time I was so high, I was driving on the road. And, you know, a bottle fell behind my chair, and I went to go get it and reach for it, you know, and I looked away from the road for a couple of seconds. And then when I looked back, I had to swerve because there was a tree in the middle of the road, you know, and then it swerved so hard, I hit another tree. And then And then I was like, oh man, I should have crashed into the first tree. It was pine scented. The tree, that's completely paraphrasing there, but the tree was the pine scented cone, air freshener for the car. There I go again, explaining to you, dumbing it down, whatever it is I just told you. Shameful. Want to make sure I got that out there. Now, you guys know me. I love doing these shows that involve statistics. I like reading statistics and seeing how they compared to what we just believe in our heads. Because everybody believes that teenagers are horrible drivers, and let's admit that that's true. That's ageist. That's ageism right there. Teenagers are horrible drivers. But a study of 1,691 moderate to severe crashes among drivers ages 16 to 19 listed distracting behaviors according to how often they contributed to accidents. So they would be driving, they would engage in a distracting behavior, and there would be a horrible crash. Okay, so then they rate the things most likely to lead you into a car crash. At 1.72%, eating or drinking. Yeah. You want to put that Cheeto in your mouth? Want to take a swig of that soda there? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. 3.26%. Operating vehicle controls. Just you're shifting gears. You're turning on the headlights. 4.4%. Outside vehicle passengers in outside vehicles. So if somebody in the car next to you is doing something, and that accounts for horrible crashes. 5.151%. Personal grooming. Wow. See, right there, I'm thinking to myself, how is that so fucking low? How is that so fucking low? I see all these people I see these women applying makeup, I see these men, they're shaving. I see these women, they're shaving. I see these men, they're applying makeup. I live in Los Angeles. 5.63% of the accidents are as a result of reaching for an object. And yes, jerking off counts. 7.70%. That's a pretty high number by now, I think. It's a good number because it's actually about half of the biggest number. So at this point, it's starting to feel a little dangerous. Singing and dancing. You want to get your groove on, but you shouldn't do it in the car. No, you can't sing, you can't dance. You just have to sit and work the pedals and the gears and the steering wheel. Every once in a while, signal. Signal. Let's see. At 9%, outside vehicle distraction or unknown. Like, you're driving down the street there or on the freeway and, I don't know, the chinchilla gets in your car. No, wait, that's inside the car. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. I was talking about a distraction outside the car. Outside the car. I went inside the car. But outside the car is actually an object inside the car, 10.55%. Which would, I guess a lot of bees. I think a lot of bees. I mean, an object inside the car. I can't think of anything that too often is just flying around my head in my car. I'm thinking, every time it's always been like a bee or a spider. I got a lot of spiders in my car. Okay, not surprisingly, 11.91% cell phone use. Yeah, not surprising. And they found little to no difference between a cell phone being in your hand or being on one of those cradles. They said that it was the interaction of the phone itself, in your ear, that was actually most likely to distract you. But the number one causer of horrible, terrible, freakish accidents for teenagers while driving, at a whopping 14.87%, interacting with passengers. So you remember when I talked to you before that all you got to be doing is working those pedals, working that steering wheel, and the gears, occasionally the clicker? That means everybody else in the car has got to be sitting quietly, not moving, while the car is in motion. Only you should be moving. Well, that's not going to happen. Well, you know what? I think that's it for me today, guys. I've I've had a great time. I will say I was scared for a few times here and there. I really was. Really was. I will admit that. But I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you tell your friends about it. Friends, family members, yours, mine. Let them know. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for me. I think I'm good. What do you guys think? What do you guys really? You think I should just kill it right here while I'm high, while I'm up there, while I'm high, while I'm really up there? Okay. Wait. Yeah. Stop. Okay. I'm Joe the Shirt. And I've been off the cuff. Thank you for listening in to the very first, possibly never-ending 420 on 420 at 420 man show here at Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff.
Loneliness of a new day.
Man, I'm a bummer.
Inspiration fading away.